I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my overview message for this coming week for July the 8th, 2013. Okay, so there's quite a bit happening this week. It's all happening at the start of the week. So we have a new moon on the 8th, on Monday. So the new moon is in Cancer, so it's a very nurturing moon. It's a time where you can sit back, do something nice for yourself. It's a time which is good to do because it's in Cancer. It's all to do with family and nurturing and caring for other people. So the new moon is about new beginnings. It's like the energy that sets off a new phase in that area of your chart. Now, of course, you need to go back to your individual chart, sun sign readings to see what area and what solar house, which is what area of life that it affects for you. Okay, now also in this same area, the sun is there, Jupiter's just moved in a couple of weeks ago, Mercury is there, Mercury is still retrograde, so there's a lot of activity around the family and around the home, and which is also about looking after yourself. So Mercury is still retrograde right through to the it's stationary direct on the 20th. It'll come out of the retrograde on the 25th. There's always that couple of days either side of the stationary direct, stationary retrograde when it turns. That is the most confusing. I was going to say upsetting, which is probably right too, but let's say confusing. So you don't want to make any assumptions under a retrograde period, particularly with Mercury. Mercury governs communication, commerce, media. So anything that you're doing with it's short trips, the travel. Anything that you're doing even with technology, because that's all to do with communication, you want to double check, because once it's out there and sent, then you can't take it, you can't take it back. Now, Mercury does then go through what's called the shadow period, and that's the time that it takes to get back to the degree that it started at before it went retrograde. Okay, so when it comes out of the shadow period, which is the time when it's really out of the retrograde transit, is August the 3rd. Okay, but the main energy is really when it starts to go forward is the 21st, and I would give it to the 22nd, 24th rather. Before you sign, seal, deliver any major contracts or really started anything new. If you can't, you can't. Just make sure that you double check everything and make sure that it's all as you intend it to be and expect it to be. All right, so there is, moving on, there is a very nice transit this week between Venus and Uranus. Now, Venus is the planet of love and money and relationships, and Uranus is like originality. It's and sudden changes. So things that happen this week can almost be destiny. Okay, so they're almost like be meant to be, and they can happen out of the blue. So try to keep your life a little bit flexible and stay open-minded and open-hearted, because it's Venus. So just to see what happens there. That's always a good idea. All right, the other thing that's happening this week is that Saturn is coming out of retrograde as well. Okay, so on the 8th, earlier on the week, so Saturn is going to come out of that retrograde transit. It's been retrograde for a few months now, and Saturn is a planet of stability. It's very cautious. It's a business-minded planet. Anything that happens under a Saturn influence, I mean, it can be, Saturn gets a little bit of a bad rap because, it can be a hard taskmaster, but it is also reality. So it's very real, the Saturn energy. So, and I will be putting up a article in the New York Daily News pages under jenniferangel.com on Saturn, and you can go in and have a look. The article on Jupiter is still up there as well, and you can go in and see, because Jupiter, as I mentioned, has moved, transited a couple of weeks ago. It's a 12-month transit, so you can go in and sort of have a look to see how that is going to affect your particular sun sign in that house that it's in that it relates to, what area of life that it relates to for you. So that's also on the jenniferangel.com pages, on the New York Daily News horoscope pages. So it's a very, very progressive week. Things, I feel, starting to move forward. They're starting to free up. Give it this couple of weeks. There's still Mercury retrograde. Mars is going to be transiting into the next sign at the end of this week. So that's a different vibration coming in. We'll talk more about that next week. But it certainly feels to me like over this next week, and certainly 2 weeks, then things are starting to move, energy is starting to lift, and hopefully good things happening for all of us. Love and luck to you, and I have made my videos, or the individual videos, a little bit longer this week. The last couple of weeks you may notice that they have been a bit shorter. I've been helping somebody out here to stay as a house guest, and had another dog in the home, and it's been a little bit difficult to do the videos, so hence I've made them a bit shorter. So I apologize for that. I still have my house guests over for the next few weeks, but helping her out and for her to get a little settled. But we're trying to work that around. I mean, life is full of, as I always say, life is full of supportive and challenging situations, and we learn from all of them. So, the one thing that I always ask people to do is find something in your life every single day that you can be grateful for, and that gives you joy, okay, and that helps to just keep you up top and lift your vibration. Okay, love and luck to you. Thank you so much for watching and for all your notes. I love to get your messages. I am trying to find a bit more time in my day to reply to them, but please know I always read them and I love them. Bye for now. I'm Jennifer Angel.